Happy New Year, everyone, and welcome to episode 46 of the Realm Recap. I'm Jason from Yakface.com, joined again in this new year by Flyguy from Flyguy.net.
And a happy new year to you and everyone else. Yes, 2015 is here and feels oddly just like 2014 continued on.
Right.
There we go.
Yeah, took a couple weeks off there in between holiday, or I guess before Christmas came. We took a little break, but now we're back with a lot of news that has come out from Hasbro, Sideshow, Lego, just a ton of different new things that broke or was revealed. Also, some Force Awakens concept stuff, but we'll get to all of that, plus our toy acquisitions that we got for the holidays. A substantial pile, I would say, for some of us. I'm not sure about you.
Not as much as you, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. But anyway, starting off as we always do with Hasbro news for the past couple weeks. I think the biggest news out of Hasbro was not really revealed by Hasbro. It was the fact that the Force Awakens 6-inch figures were leaked from a Chinese in a Chinese forum. These are prototype images.
I mean, I feel there was a lot of sites put a lot of and I understand why a lot of people put a lot of spoiler alerts, but I mean, you'd kind of seen everybody really-ish, nearly in the trailer.
Right.
Well, the three of them. So yeah. So, but
yeah,
this looks legit.
Yeah, the first full body shots of all of these characters. Really, this starting from left to right. I guess that's Kylo Ren.
I believe so.
With his cool-looking helmet and.
Or is it a she?
Is it a she? Could be.
Yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, we still don't know. It's. I think a lot of people have been pushing towards the Game of Thrones female character being in that costume, but don't know. Who knows? Who knows?
Yep, I'm thinking more the Adam Driver, as things go along. But it's surprisingly minimalistic as far as what his outfit is. I mean, I assume there's maybe some pieces not shown here, like there might be some soft goods that aren't present here for the prototype image. Like there might be a longer cape that goes.
Yeah, no weapons either. Obviously, at this stage, this
Right.
is just kind of prototypes and mock-ups. But whoever's done the sculpting has done a bang-up job, that's for sure. But it looks like it could. I mean, the fact is, as we both know, Rebel Scum, who posted this as well, one of the first ones to ask to get this down, but no one else, I think, was asked to take it down. So I think at that point it had just gone viral. So
Right, and that Chinese forum, that's not there anymore either.
Oh, really?
No.
Good God. So someone got in trouble for that then, I guess. But yeah, well, it's just pretty empty. The page is gone. So okay, that's obviously maybe the Disney lawyers have slapped down on somebody, but that kind of, all that's done is fuel the fire that this is legit. So
Yeah. And so, going again from left to right, Kylo Ren, Finn, which is the John Boyega character, Rey, which is the Daisy Ridley character, little BB-8 there, which I don't know how he's balancing so perfectly on his little ball body, but and then Chewbacca, which looks pretty much like a retool, a new head on the existing 6-inch Chewbacca body, and a new bandolier and pouch. But yep.
It looks, everything looks absolutely Hasbro stamped official. The joins, the detail of the sculpting, it just.
Yep.
I'll tell you that 8D8, or FIFA droid, as we used to, I still want to call him FIFA BB-8 is that's going to be if that's a Black Series figure, he's got to come with something else in that package.
Yeah, like maybe it's packed with Rey or.
Could be, but it's. I mean, what do we say about this stuff? It's. I mean, we've seen these characters in the trailer. We expect them to come out anyway. It's surprising John Boyega's character isn't seen as any Stormtrooper outfit, but
Right.
I guess we'll get to see that.
Got a costume change.
Yes. So yeah. So as I've just mentioned there, maybe we can expect to see a sneak peek of this in time to come. But a
Yep.
sneak peek wave of these figures, perhaps. Who knows? But yeah, 4 or 5 figures if you count little BB droid. So
Right. Um, Moving on to what's currently available or not currently available, depending on where you live and your luck. Um, Jedi Temple Archives posted a day or so ago about Star Wars Rebels, um, the Saga Legends Rebels line shelf tags being taken down from stores like Target. Um, and there's speculation, what's the deal? Like, where are these tags going? Why aren't there figures to support that line or support that SKU?
hmm
Um, my opinion is I just think that Hasbro way underproduced the initial launch for the line. I mean, obviously the figures shipped out and stores, you know, stores received them. I purchased several at stores. They showed up at Target, Toys R Us. I'm not sure about Walmart. I never go to Walmart, but yeah,
well, the figures did hit, and the 2 packs were definitely the mission packs were thick and heavy. They came
right,
strong. Obviously, we know. I mean, a lot of online stores got huge quantities of these figures as well, but they were gone. A lot of them were pre-ordered, so
yeah,
there's very little left. But did they restock them again? I don't know. I mean, these are core characters in this TV show. I would think we're going to see them again, as we've
yeah.
discussed many times. I mean, Kanan's already, he's repacked 3 or 4 times. So we're going to get these guys again for sure. But yeah, it
Yeah,
was
because
definitely short.
yeah, and there was speculation too. I think that a lot of sites had updated with the Saga Legends Rebels Wave One being pushed back to more of a January release,
Mm.
um, and that looks to be holding true.
Yep.
You know,
That there's more on the way. Or, well, we've yet to still see more from
at least
information from Hasbro. So.
yeah, after the initial, like I said, after the initial launch of the figures, which was delayed even from when it was supposed to, uh, it looks like a refresh of those first waves isn't going to be until later this month.
Sure.
A lot of stores, it is the week after the big holidays, so a lot of stores like Target and Toys R Us, this is when they're doing inventory and they're getting ready for a new um, planogram and whatnot. So
Sure.
hopefully they'll have something something out there soon, because a lot of people still have missed out on a lot of the figures from the Rebels line.
I think this is a trend. I mean, again, I'm biased, but it's a trend I've seen for retailers, and I've banged on about this for years from an Australian perspective. Is there are no toys in stores. There are very few in stores. I mean, I've seen a couple of cartoons this week where someone had basically 2 grown guys had rushed into stores and just found nothing, and they said the scalpers had beaten them there, and it's hard to get stuff. But I think if you want it, and if you want to be a serious collector of these things, you really do have to pre-order them. It's
Yep.
really hard to get them in stores, especially complete collections and full sets. So
And pre-order early too. Like if
yeah,
like the prime example is the Rebel stuff. There were pre-orders that were filled from online stores, and then they've been put on a wait list, just like
yeah,
retailers. So if you get in early, your chances are better that your orders are going to get filled. You might, it'll save you time from running around trying to, hunt these things down if that's your, I know a lot of people still like the thrill of the hunt and whatnot, but that
for
model
sure.
is changing
Dying.
quite a
Getting
bit.
harder. It's getting much harder. But yeah. Anyhow, talking about
Um,
Target.
Talking about Target, a lot of stuff from the pre-holiday um, pre-holiday launches are starting to go on clearance now. Uh, the 6-inch Shadow, what is it? Shadow Squadron.
Shadow Squadron, yeah. If you could find it.
Yeah, a lot of stores near me have just piles of these sitting at the $50 price point, and even now at 35, they're still hanging around quite a bit. I
Really?
suspect another round of discounts will come. Um, and a lot. It's weird too. A lot of stores, even though that they're these, 2-packs are on clearance, they weren't
Hmm.
even marked. That'll all be part of this new planogram that comes out this week, starting this week. So they'll be moved to some end cap and or some back aisle somewhere with all the other clearance holiday stuff. Um, the Hero Series X-Wing that's been taking up all that shelf space for a few months now.
That's
That
right.
has now gone on clearance. A few bucks off. I think maybe $5 to $10 off. Um,
The giant Millennium Falcon, I think, was down to a crazy price. I'm sure I remember seeing somebody getting it for about $20 or something,
yeah, I,
something
I
crazy.
saw 11 at one point. It
Good,
was on clearance for
that's
11.
crazy.
So from 60 to 11, you gotta imagine Walmart's losing out some cash there.
I don't know
Um,
any other kind of market that has such dramatic price drops on brand new products. You don't see this on Blu-rays or electronics, or
no.
it's quite an unusual thing. From $60 down to 11.
Yep.
That's clearance, baby. That's
Yeah.
that's a lot. Never
And
mind.
also,
So,
what the Jakks Pacific, some of
mm,
the 20-inch figures I've noticed on clearance as well. What were they originally? $20,
I think so.
something
I
like
think so.
that.
20.
They're
Yeah.
down, to like $9, I think, or $10 I've seen.
Mm.
And that includes the Ezra, Kanan, uh, TIE Pilot, Biker
Yep.
Scout. A lot of those are
Chewie, all those guys. Yeah.
on promo, so I don't know if that says that they're just not going to proceed with those lines any further, or it's just a lot of times stores like Target or Walmart will clearance stuff out, and then they'll get another case or another shipment in after the reset, and it goes right back up to the price that it was before
Hmm. Hmm.
they went on clearance. So who knows?
Good point.
Let's see. This was something that our friends over at Star Wars Action News had shared regarding a theory or speculation that the Force Unleashed line, or Force Awakens line, will be released on a 2-inch scale or a 2.5-inch scale. Uh, Most recently, people that have walked on the toy aisles have seen the Guardians of the Galaxy figures that are in
That's right.
the 2-pack. There's speculation that, and this has been talked about for a while, ever since that line had premiered. I don't know if it was Toy Fair or San Diego Comic-Con where those had initially showed up
Hmm.
at that scale, but there's speculation that this is where Star Wars is heading as far as an action figure scale.
Well, I don't think it's. I think before everyone starts kind of panicking and saying the sky is falling, I think as we were discussing, it's another line that maybe, of course, Hasbro can dip their toe into to try out to see whether an audience is going to be appreciative of that size and scale and price point and package. And I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy, one of the ways in which you could only really get cool vehicles and other characters from the movie was in that scale.
Right,
So Ronan and Nebula and all those guys I saw in little tiny scale, but you couldn't get them in 6-inch. Hell, even Funko Pop have only just began to get these out, and pre-orders have arrived for them and stuff like
right.
that. So yeah, it's taken a long time.
And
So
what's interesting too is, like, the I think Avengers 2 is going to
mm,
be coming out shortly, and that's rumored to have a 2.5-inch scale, um, and not have a 3 3/4 inch scale. So they would just have the 2.5 and then the 6-inch. And I could see that happening with the Star Wars line. Like, why would Hasbro have a 2.5-inch scale 5 POA line and a 4-inch
sure,
5 POA line and a 3
6-inch,
3/4 inch,
12-inch,
right, and a 3 3/4 inch super articulated and a 6-inch. I
sure.
think I think if if anything, I would. It's hard to say. If they do introduce the 2.5-inch scale, I think they
Mhm.
would drop the 5 POA 3 3/4 inch figures, just because they're so close in scale, and you know,
Well, that's what happened with Guardians. We got 6-inch Guardians and we got 2.5-inch Guardians. There
right,
was no 3.75-inch.
right. And I think
So,
and if Hasbro was smart, and that's giving them a lot of credit these days, is that um, if to keep the collectors that have been around since the beginning, they're going to have to maintain a 3 3/4 inch super articulated line in some form,
Hmm.
whether it's a really limited run, more like how the vintage collection when it first
Sure.
came out, something like that, where it doesn't even have to be exclusive. It could just be, you know, a run of 12 figures for the year, but it's the
Hmm.
main characters and they're super articulated and they are in the 3 3/4 inch scale. I think that would make most people in the collecting community happy.
Well, I think we also have to kind of remember 2015 is going to be a colossal year for toys and for the movie market. So, which the two are obviously tied together in games and
Right.
apps and all the rest of it. So there's a lot of money that's going to be spent on huge franchises. So I think as well they have to look at it from the point of view of how much is a prospective toy buyer, mom, dad, you or I going to spend. I think
Right.
we're guaranteed a lot of us are, we'll buy tons of stuff, but there's only so many dollars will be spent on stuff, and you've got to include role play factor into that as well, the real
Yeah.
kid stuff. Maybe these little packs that are maybe under $10 with 3 or 4 little characters in them. That's going to be something that's really popular for mums and dads, as opposed to one single figure that's maybe near the $10 or $8 or $9 price point. Um, it makes sense. It does make sense, but I think you're right. We're still going to get some vintage figures next year. And 3.75 will be there, but it will be in some very limited form or
Yeah.
format, kind of like the VOTC stuff we used to have. We
Right.
discussed.
And every time I see those Guardians of the Galaxy figures, it reminds me of the Mask figures from the 80s. Kenner made
Sure.
those, and I would not object at all to have a Star Wars scale or Star Wars figures in that scale. It would just it would be odd if that was the only 3 and 3, or if that was the only scale outside of 6 inch. Because they're 6 inches is here to stay. We're not going to lose that. I don't think anytime soon. Um,
Sure.
but
Well, it seems to be a standardization for Hasbro. I know we're going on a little bit on this subject, but it seems to be a standardization across the board for 6 inch, both Marvel Legends, Star Wars 6 inch, and these rumors which keep coming up about 6 inches for GI Joe.
right,
So we've already got Transformers in the 6 inch scale, roughly. So it makes sense. We've discussed again before, the putting together the figures is probably one of the most expensive costs, not necessarily the product anymore. It's not the oil or that piece.
yep,
It's putting it together and the paint, and it's a little bit easier on a 6 inch figure than it is on a 3.75. So I'm still banking on heavy vintage. I'm still banking there's going to be some re-release, a new hope, start all over again, some
yep.
scale, some size, something. So whatever we do, we're not going to be short toys. So yeah,
No,
the sky is not falling. That's for sure.
but hopefully we'll have 3 3/4 inch scale vehicles that are compatible with our current
Yeah.
figures, and
Otherwise, yeah, it'd be very strange.
let's see. Moving on to the last little bit of Hasbro slash Kenner news. Over the past few weeks, Jedi Temple Archives has been posting a lot of very cool vintage
Mm.
updates, which include a lot of the or not calendars, catalogs, pack-in type
Flyers and yeah,
flyers
it'd be
and
great.
instruction inserts, and a lot of the card backs from the vintage line of figures. So we'll have a link in the show notes to take you over there, but check that out. They have done a lot of really cool, nice new photography for a lot of
Mm.
really impressive looking condition figures as well. As far as front and back card shots and
Yeah,
their little booklets and whatnot. So,
it's very hard to
um,
sometimes get all that stuff. So yeah, it's nice to see.
yep, in one spot. Moving on to more higher end stuff. Sideshow and Hot Toys had a busy couple weeks while we were gone. Um, a couple announcements they had initially were that Captain Rex, the pre-orders for that sixth scale figure are processing soon. So that was like 2 weeks. Let's see, it was the 23rd the announcement went out of December, and they said it was going to be processing within the next 15 days. So,
No.
next week or so, you'll have your credit card stuff in order because they'll start charging away for that stuff.
Yeah, that's for sure. Good
Looking
looking
forward to that.
figures, though.
Let's see. They also announced a new premium format Darth Vader figure, which there's already been a premium format Vader before, I believe, but this is an all new version. So,
Yep, lots and lots of Vaders right now. If you love Darth, it's a great time.
oh yeah. They also had the announcement. This was a lot of these announcements, at least for the new product anyway, came out during their 12 days of Sideshow event that they do every year. This next one was the premium format Jango Fett, which looks very cool.
It does
I
indeed.
thought.
Nice Camino effect there they've done. So yeah, been a lot more focus this year on the kind of premium format and statue side of things from them, rather than they often would release a lot of 1/6 scale articulated figures, but it seems a little thinner this year.
Yeah.
I thought, but yeah, still good.
And then Hot Toys socked it to everyone's wallets with
Yes.
the announcement and pre-order for the Darth Vader A New Hope version, which looks pretty badass in my opinion.
It does. It
It's
really does. And we seem to get a light up side compartment, but not on the chest, I think, is
I,
the
yeah,
from what I can
I
determine.
can't remember what the breakdown
Maybe
said. I thought it said it lit up, but it's
look at the
probably down
chest
there in the notes.
there. It just says one LED light red. Oh, the lightsaber hilt. Yeah, it doesn't mention it there.
It says what in the costume section. It says
It
something
says
about the
up here.
belt, but
Anyway, it's a good looking figure, so it does definitely has some light up functions. But what did you think of the helm sculpt in this? I thought it was very
I
stylized a little bit. I don't know.
I don't know. I like it a lot. It also has breathing sounds.
This is true. Whiny asthmatic 12-inch collectible waiting for you.
Hmm
But it's a beautiful looking piece.
I
Wow.
love the diorama that they
Yeah,
built around that thing. That you
it's
wouldn't know what scale that is, if it didn't say.
yeah, that's true. That's true. It's a beautifully done job. I was just saying when I posted it as well, it was literally 12 months to the day since we had the Sideshow Vader.
Right.
So just over 12 months, and so you're getting another Vader. So looks great with those stormtroopers. So yeah, check the link in the show notes and go check it out.
Yep, and that's available for pre-order now for $300 if you're interested. Um, and then the last bit of announcements they had just a couple days ago was the Macquarie Concept Stormtrooper statue. I think this will be a pretty popular one
Yeah,
um, for Macquarie fans and statue
Star Wars
fans.
fans in general, yeah. It's a cool
Yeah,
looking one.
I was kind of hoping for a 6 scale version.
Yeah, that would be a nice touch, wouldn't it? To go back and do some of the Macquarie figures, that would be rather nice. But yeah, well, we'll get enough to collect so far, so
Yeah, there's enough
there's
stormtroopers.
enough on the go.
Yep.
So
Let's
cool.
see. Moving on to other and custom bits. You had shared an article about being able to build your own Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, this is something that's really popular in both Australia and the UK. Diagonasti is or Diagostini, I can't pronounce it properly, is a company who, if you don't know them, make a lot of it's like build a figure kind of PCs and things. So you'll often get a magazine and a little toy with it or some kind of thing, and it's a huge collection. So the last one that I used to collect was the Starships and Vehicles collection, and unbeknownst to me, it went on for something like 80 issues.
Hmm,
So it can be expensive. So this one, as far as I can tell, is going to be 100 issues at around I think it's £20 rather than dollars than I've got in the show notes there. So that's an expensive collection there.
yeah.
So yeah, it's 20 quid rather than dollars. My apologies in the notes. But so if you want to build this thing, and there's a video there, we won't play it too much, but it's a full-size Falcon with working lights. Let's see if this will work here for us. If we just turn down the sound, but yeah, every week you collect, you get a magazine with some Star Wars background and details. There you go. Literally the
Wow.
same size as the Hasbro version. Light up components,
Wow.
the Jarek table. The guys at Jedi News, they're going to buy it there in the UK, and a lot of model builders and fans and friends of mine back there are building this thing. but it's a 1-to-1 movie scale replica with, I believe, a frame that hangs it on your wall.
See, that
So,
doesn't seem quite accurate in that description, a 1-to-1 scale.
well, build a life-size Falcon.
Oh, that's what
So,
1-to-1 is, isn't it?
well, it is 1-to-1. So I think they mean to a movie prop or something.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess.
movie scale props. So,
Movie
yeah,
prop. So
but still, that's pretty sizable. Like you said, it's about the size of the BMF.
yeah, pretty much same kind of size, really. So yeah, it's a beautiful looking piece, and there's lots and lots of stuff on there. But again, be warned, the initial price, as good as it is, if you want to go in it, there's no point having half a Falcon. So be prepared; it's going to cost you the best part of £2,000 British, which, if I can remember, I think is about $2.5 grand in bucks over here. So yeah, it's
Yeah, and I hope they don't cancel it, midway through, or otherwise you have a.
well, they haven't really. I mean, they've stuck it through to 80 versions of the vehicle and Starships collection. I don't know if you remember them. They were little small clear plastic cases, and so that was quite a good collection there. But yeah, that's actually $3,060. So yeah, so they do take it to the end, and they've normally made all the parts. But yeah, save your pennies for that one because it's going to cost.
Let's see. Also announced during the break was the Anovos Snowtrooper ensemble, which went up for pre-order.
That's pretty epic.
Right, I think that went up for pre-order on Christmas Eve.
I completely missed that. Did not see that at all.
No, pre-orders went up live on Christmas Day. But yeah, if you got in early, if you wanted to build your own wearable Snowtrooper costume, if you pre-ordered one of the first people up to 50 or 25, you got a 25% discount on the whole deal. So looks very awesome.
That is pretty slick.
Let's see.
Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels. They snuck some cars out to the public.
Yeah,
I think there were 2 new cars that had shown up at retail. This was the Darth Maul car, which I don't think anyone had heard of yet.
Nope.
And then
there's also quiet.
A clean version of the Stormtrooper car, which you could only get in the Target 5-pack as a dirty car or battle damaged worn car.
That's actually a really nice car, the Maul one. That's pretty slick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Very nice. Yep.
And then other Hot Wheels news is that Rebel Scum had reported that some new 2-packs had started to hit, which include the Chewbacca, monster truck, whatever that is, along with the Han Solo car, which you can only get in this set.
Which we'd never seen before.
Oh wait, can you get the Han Solo car in the Target pack? I don't recall.
I've never seen that vehicle before, so I really don't think so. No.
Oh, anyway. So. And then the other 2-pack has R2-D2 along with a gold Yoda van or C-3PO van.
Wasn't that the ship they used in Spaceballs? No,
It does
exactly like the camper van thing. Anyway, yes. So if you're a Hot Wheels fan, they're nice packaging, but I can't bite on the figures personally. But yeah, cool.
Let's see. In some more popular collecting news, Lego 2015 sets started showing up for me the day before Christmas. I went to my local Target and did some last-minute shopping, and most of their 2014 sets had sold out, so they were flexing out their
filling the spaces in the
filling some space. And man, Lego's got the distribution thing down because
they've got it nailed, haven't they?
It's always available. There are a few sets I haven't seen yet. Mostly some of the microfighter vehicles, but the rest of them, I took these photographs, like I said, at my local Target store one morning. But all of the sets are just awesome.
Yeah, they're pretty good. The microfighters are pretty good this year as well. I bought a pile of them too, and the ATDP is a cracker. That looks great with the Sergeant Sideburns, as I call them, and the pilots, and it's just a really nice looking vehicle. And the old Imperial Troop Transport as well is some great stuff, some really good stuff. Still quite a bit of prequel in there too, still again. So they really varied it this year. So
Yeah, I was hoping that the Imperial troop transport would have been a little bit larger.
Yeah,
It's
it's
very,
very small.
it's almost kind of like a Hasbro version of the troop transport, because the one that's coming out from them is really small as compared to the figures. Like
Yep,
I think the doors only come up to the figure's
that's
knees,
right.
and I think this is the same way, the Lego version. So,
Exactly.
um, and then the Lego Slave One, the CS set is available now. That went up for sale in stores, in Lego stores, and on
Yep, first
the
one.
the shop Lego website on the first, and a few places were selling it early. I had read a report from the Boba Fett fan club that it was found in the Legoland in Florida a few days before the actual release date of the
Sure.
first, but that's pretty typical
Yeah.
for those stores. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think first. But you're right, they have absolutely nailed the distribution. I was just like you, I think it was the 28th of December or something, like a few days before New Year anyway, and all the sets pretty much were on the shelves, literally because they had nothing else. So
hmm
I'm sure they did have the street date, but they just, yeah, we've got nothing, let's put something out in the shelves.
right.
So that's a good looking set. Very, very tempted.
So this has gone out of stock online through the Lego, the shop Lego.com website, and it's expected to come back in stock like middle of the month.
Hmm.
So this thing sold through pretty quickly.
Yeah, it doesn't. It always does these UCS sets. The Batman did the same. They
Yep.
go pretty quickly. So, but they'll be back. There'll be plenty of these things globally. So,
So yeah, I didn't buy this, but I did pick up a couple sets online from the Lego store in order to get that free little
ATD,
mini
yeah,
ATDP. So I've got the little mini microfighter AT-AT, and the snow speeder coming
excellent.
since I hadn't seen those in stores yet.
Cool.
Let's see, a couple more, three or four Lego bits here. There is I guess it's a re-release of the Hoth Han Solo polybag figure, which was released a few years ago, I believe.
That's right. He's been out twice, in fact.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's been out several times, and he was also the Celebration Europe exclusive, which was a bit of a letdown that we
That's
didn't get
right.
to use. So, yeah, don't know why they're bringing that back out again. That seems a little meh, but
Yeah, and it's supposed to be coming in February, so I
yeah,
guess it makes sense for the winter. I guess
true.
here in here in my area anyway. I don't know about you. Uh, and then there's a new figure that we've never received before, a Lego Admiral Yularen minifigure, and
That's
that's a
right.
polybag one. And speculation is that it's going to be one of the May the 4th promotion giveaways, probably through uh, you know Lego Store.
Hmm.
So pretty cool
I think so.
figure.
It is very cool little figure, and I'm sure Lego are really upset that this has been leaked a good 4 months ahead of
Yeah,
the release because they normally do try and keep it pretty quiet. But yeah, yeah.
there's a lot of talk about his pants. Like, why are they white? Aren't they supposed to be black?
I thought they were always white. He's entirely white in the figure. If
Not,
you got Hasbro,
yeah, but I don't think that's right. Because
really?
yeah, I think even if it is right, he's not wearing boots.
Ah, good point. If he wears black
It just
boots,
looks so. Maybe he wears white boots and white pants in Rebels.
we may find out.
So who knows?
That's true. It's a little Rebels poly bag. That's true. Good
Could
point.
be.
Could be.
And then finally, this was just revealed today, a new
Yeah.
polybag for the A-Wing Starfighter, which I'm looking forward to very much. Love these little vehicles.
That's cool. No indication as to where it's what country it's going to be released on as yet, but
It'll probably be, Toys R Us would be my
yeah.
guess. Toys R Us or Target.
Yep.
But anyway, moving on to some new pre-orders that I had taken advantage of over at Dorkside Toys. Pre-orders went up for the Revoltech R2D2, the Stormtrooper, and C3PO. These are the 6-inch, versions of those figures.
Which we fawned over in previous shows, but yeah, they just look so good. That R2 is just the little tilt effect, the little tray part that they've got there for the optional piece. It's just, yeah, it's I think that a lot of people were not happy with the original R2 Black Series. I thought it was okay, but it certainly wasn't the same as that picture that they'd showed us.
Yep.
The kind of glam shot. But the 3PO is maybe your best version of 3PO we could get, because
Well, Hasbro still hasn't come out yet after being solicited, or not solicited, but at least leaked as far as being released back in the summer.
Yeah, I get some of these as well. I think just the addition of the mouse droid, the stand that came with it, and the articulation by Revoltech, which is normally just superb, is yeah, I had to get these. And that Stormtrooper is just, the more I see it, the poses you can get with this thing. We're only showing one photograph there, but well, you can see a couple of shots. But that split-legged kind of pose there is just
the lunging,
insane. It's
very, very, anime pose.
Yeah, it is.
But still, I had to get them because we'll get to it later in my acquisitions. I did get the Vader, which has that funky cape.
That's right. Articulated cape.
Yeah, I had to see it in person in order to pass judgment on it officially. And since I'm getting a couple other 6-inch scale Vaders, why not have all of them and have a nice comparison shot of all of them? So we'll talk about that one again here in a bit. Then there was a new release announcement from the PlayArts Kai variant for Darth Vader, which is a very cool Japanese anime style version of the figure, which is 11 inches tall.
That's crazy. Very Street Fighter there with a flame ball in the hand. That's good. That could almost be a Transformer or something. It's very heavily stylized, or a Force Unleashed damaged Vader. The way everything looks torn, and that blade is the one that caught me. That is the
coolest accessory. Yeah. I love that effect.
That's nice. That is a nice Vader. Man, it's been the month of Vaders recently. Really, it's all the Sideshow and Hot Toys and Revoltech and this guy and the Samurai one and the other Bandai ones we showed. That's just tons of them. So
yeah, it's very manga style.
A lot of cool toys coming from the East. They're getting much more awareness and recognition just for the variety and style they bring to these things.
So we'll see. Maybe. We'll see.
It's
very tempting. Yeah, it's that lightsaber that keeps getting me. We spoke about this on our last show. The SH Figure Art throne room display. A new image had shown up online of that with figures on it in order to kind of establish a better scale. This is a 6-inch figure display. That shows some of the SH Figure Arts figures on it. So
excellent.
Pretty cool.
That is cool.
I think it would work for 6 or 3 3/4 inch figures, that display.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just don't know how to get it yet.
Yeah, they're definitely out of scale, so it's almost more a 3.75 inch, I would have said.
Yeah.
But this blue is kind of freaking me out, the blue color of it. It's more blue than in the gray that...
It's hard to say if it's got some weird, lighting.
Yeah, there's a blue light in the background, I guess, as well. Maybe given
could be.
There,
but still, pretty impressive.
Dioramas, man. My God, someone's actually making some.
Let's see. The next two were just a quick little deal. Loot Crate, which, if people don't know, is a monthly subscription where you get a box of various, exclusive merchandise. It could be bobbleheads or, Funko reaction figures and T-shirts and, Walking Dead comics and all bunch of stuff, different types of stuff. January is said to include some Star Wars merchandise. I don't know if it's actually the merchandise that's pictured here, but there's might be a Star Wars T-shirt. There's rumors of a possible variant cover for Marvel #1 that could be packed in here because that's this month that comic comes out.
Don't know whether that's this month. I think I've seen that as an older shot before.
Yeah, it is an older shot because that T-shirt
kind of example. Yeah.
Yeah, but still, I think it's for $13 or something like that a month. You get one of these loot crates every month, with a different value.
Definitely.
So it's pretty cool. So if you're interested, you might get your chance at some exclusive merchandise if you were to order that. And then they also have I don't know if they do it every month, but they have what's called a mega loot crate.
I've heard that. Yeah, it's a grander scale, or it's more expensive, obviously, but it's
Yeah, you can win that. I have it there in the show notes as number 14.
Okay.
It's I think it's worth like $2,000. The total of merchandise in it, and it does have some Star Wars option or some Star Wars prizes in it. One is the Lego Death Star, which is a $400 piece, I think, still.
Okay, this is something different. Okay, this is huge.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Okay.
you get a laptop, a Voltron figure, and then you could get the Blu-ray of the incomplete Saga collection,
True.
and a camera and some other good stuff. So
That's a pretty epic prize.
pretty cool.
Nice.
Let's see. Moving on, we have Topps, which most people know they produce collectible trading cards. They announced a bunch of new sets coming in 2015. There's a Star Wars Illustrated, which covers The Empire Strikes Back. They've already had the A New Hope set. There's what's called Star Wars Masterworks. They've got a Chrome Perspective series, a new Star Wars Rebels series, another 3D wide vision series. It's just a ton of stuff.
Wow.
So I saw this over on, I think it's icv2.com. I don't know what it stands for, but yeah, they have a whole breakdown on what's included in each set as far as hard to find cards, signature cards, sketch cards, foil cards,
Oh.
metal cards.
Cards, generally.
Lots of cards. A lot of people I know are into the trading card deal, so
Very popular.
very popular. I saw this posted also today on Rebel Scum. The Celebration pin sets that went up for was it pre-order? I guess it was pre-order
Yeah, I think
several
so.
months ago. If you were a Celebration badge holder already, you were able to access a special, online site to be able to order exclusive Celebration Anaheim items, and those have started to ship. This early bird badge that includes 4 pins that has Luke, R2-D2, Princess Leia, and Chewbacca, I believe,
And a T-shirt as
and a
well,
T-shirt.
which is nice because that's really the early bird pack. Because the previous, I saw the pin picture before, and I thought, it's kind of like not for me. But the T-shirt, that's nice.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's a
and
very nice little set.
they'll have 92 more pins to collect over the course of the event. So
Behind my pile of crap, there's the actual poster up on the
Yep.
wall. It's
Mine's over
fantastic
there.
artwork.
By Christopher Lee.
Christopher Lee, indeed. Not that
not
Christopher Lee, the other Christopher Lee, but yeah. So
Um, let's see, wrapping up the collecting news here a bit with some customizing stuff. We're having another customizing challenge in our forums. This time the subject is bounty hunters, which will be a pretty popular one, I think.
yeah,
Everyone loves bounty hunters.
absolutely. So we have some entries already.
I'm not sure. I think the voting just was established recently, so there might be some early submissions yet.
Okay, there's one or two popping up in there, but okay, Sage's bounty hunter with purple tights. Nice. God, you guys are quick. It's only just announced that there's already people with them there.
Yeah.
Very good.
Justin always gets his in there right off the bat, so.
Good on him.
Let's see, and then another one I had just noticed. I'd seen this floating around a bit on Facebook, and then it was officially, I guess, submitted in our forums by the customizer. A 6-inch scale escape pod, which is kind of a.
To load here. So that was the challenge.
No, this was just a one-off custom. Much like what Brandon Flores has done. Might have to refresh the page there.
That's it. Oh, nice, beautiful. That looks good. Very nice indeed.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You could pop it open and
Yeah.
put figures in it, and
The 6-inch Stormy in it. I like it.
the final paint apps are pretty awesome on it.
Oh,
As
that's
far as
beautiful detail. The little pipes and connectors. Wow, that's
yeah,
talented, talented people. Mine would be a washing up liquid bottle with a hole cut out the head. So yeah, good job,
some
dudes.
some red Solo cups with
Yeah,
scotch taped together, and
pretty much. It's the party bus that R2 and 3PO are on. So
yep.
very cool.
Let's see. Moving on to TV, movie, book, and game news. Tomorrow is the debut of the second half of the Star Wars Rebels Season 1 with the episode Path of the Jedi. And that's been available for about a week now, I guess, to Disney XD subscribers. And I think it's by far the best episode that's come out. If you haven't, I don't know, have you seen it yet?
Yes, I have. I still prefer the Prison Outbreak episode, but it was definitely a solid episode.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's no, it's good. Thoroughly
Yeah,
enjoyed it.
the animation is great. The story's really good, and this episode also has the debut of Frank Oz as Yoda,
Yep.
showing up, not showing up, but you hear his
Heating up.
yeah,
Something.
you hear his guiding voice throughout most of the episode, which is pretty cool to hear. The original Yoda come back after. Tom Kane did a great job as Yoda for the Clone Wars, but to hear the original voice of Yoda again is pretty cool.
It's nice. It kind of echoes the Empire Strikes Back in some way with Luke's journey to, I guess, discover more about his father and so forth. But it was just nice little connotations and flashback and Frank Oz, and it was very kind of nice little quiet in some ways, introspective little episode, but really well put together.
Yep.
Liked it.
So that debuts again, like I said, tomorrow night on Disney XD. This next bit of news, I posted and kind of revealed that I received my Star Wars Insider. I guess it was yesterday, Saturday, which is the issue with Zeb on the cover. This is the March edition, issue number 155. There's a little tidbit in there that the 3D presentation for Revenge of the Sith is going to premiere at Celebration Anaheim, which makes sense.
It does. It does. Let's hope they show the original Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones as well. That would
Yep,
be.
they are.
Oh, they are.
Yep,
Excellent.
they're showing all 6 movies. Only the first 3 episodes, 1 through 3, are in 3D, and then the rest, the original trilogy is in standard presentation.
Nice.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool because you got to see Attack of the Clones in Celebration Europe.
That's right.
And then everyone knows that Episode 1 had a theatrical release in several countries, the U.S. being one of them.
Which didn't go all that well, I think.
No, I don't think so. I didn't go to it.
You didn't even go?
I didn't go. I don't like 3D movies.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'd see the original trilogy. I'd see the original trilogy in 3D, but yeah.
Yeah, I think without going back to too much, it really didn't. It wasn't immersive in your face 3D. It was very, a couple of shading bits in the background, and that was it. But yeah. Same for Attack of the Clones. Not really much different. Apart from that, the asteroid chase, you could have just been watching a 2D movie for the majority of it. So.
Oh, see, that's why it just doesn't
do it for me, really.
I'd rather, the showings, the 3D showings will probably happen, on different days after, kind of after the things wrap up for the day, so people could enjoy the con for most of the day and then go watch the movie. I don't know if I might. Who knows?
We're going to make you go. We're dragging you. I'm dragging you.
It's 3 months away.
We have to report on this thing. It's our job. Okay.
Yeah. All right, I'll go. Okay. Now we're going to get into some little bit of spoilery stuff here regarding The Force Awakens, so if you're not interested, here's your chance to get out. There's a new image that had popped up online and in print from Fortune magazine, which shows a new shot of the actual full-scale Millennium Falcon built on set somewhere in the UK.
It's kind of a half scale, I guess. Really, we're not really getting to see a lot of it, but Or maybe it is full scale, I guess. Who
Yeah, I
knows?
think it's the whole thing,
Wow.
but pretty cool to be able
Well,
to,
I'll
it's
take a look. But
another shot of the Falcon.
I know. Never tire seeing that thing.
Nope.
Looking good.
And
And
then some concept art had leaked over the past week or so. The first one here is a concept art for the Kylo Ren helmet, which we hadn't really seen yet, at least from in this detail at this close. Pretty cool looking, I would say. Very Darth Vader, samurai, almost General Grievous mix in there, and Darth Revan.
I can almost thought World War II slightly
Oh
Nazi-ish
yeah, a little pith helmet kind of.
vibe, you know. Well, I mean, I guess that was really Darth's helmet anyway. There was kind of connotations there, but the yellow's interesting,
Yeah.
very different,
Yep.
and
I think in the article it wasn't confirmed if the actual yellow is going to make it into the
okay.
film. It's just, like I said, it's concept art. It might be different altogether than this, but the shape looks just like the helmet we had shown initially for the Force Awakens 6-inch figure that was revealed. So this is pretty much it.
Hmm. Interesting to note that the image of the figures which we shared earlier on removed at the request of Hasbro.
Mm-hmm.
So they reached out to them. So the thing that concerns me is this is one of the biggest movies of 2015. Indie Revolver has continuously got leaked images.
Yep.
You would think the lawyers would be on top of them. Or are we just getting a clever marketing ploy of giving it to one site and one reporter? And
Yeah.
it just seems odd to me. It just, yeah, all this art continually gets released on one site.
Mm-hmm. Who
Seems a
knows?
little marketing ploy to me, but never mind.
And then there was one more concept art, was this new TIE fighter slash shuttle thing that had shown up, which was pretty interesting, pretty cool.
Almost, I thought like the screen is just coming up just now. The blade turned up on its side. If you look at the, you've got a flat piece and a longer piece straight up. It just, I don't know.
Right. Very, it's very,
B-wing bomber?
military, yeah, military bomberish, with the engines out on the outer edges of the wings, and there's a ramp on the bottom.
And do those wings turn? Probably into more TIE Interceptor like.
Yeah, I didn't know if they, tilted forward 90 degrees, so they were pointing forward, or what if they tilted in, like at the top?
Could be.
Who
Yeah.
knows? But
Hmm.
it's pretty cool looking, kind of a red, and this is possibly like a elite, special forces type of a vehicle, maybe. Who knows? Who knows if
Well,
it's even in the movie?
this is true.
It's
We always
concept
have
art.
those. What was the Squadron? There was a TIE fighter squadron that Hasbro re-released, and they basically took a TIE Interceptor and put a red line along it and called
Oh
it
yeah, that
Fancy
was,
Schmancy Squadron. I can't remember the name of them, but
yeah,
yeah, you know what I mean.
Dagger
So
Squadron or something like that.
something, but another repack squadron is basically what it was called. But yeah, so you never know.
181st
That
Squadron.
sounds right. That sounds about right.
One more TFA bit. Well, yep, one more was there was a rumor. It's been going around for a little bit. Daniel Craig had made a set visit to The Force Awakens not too long ago, and the rumor has come back around that he may play a stormtrooper. We don't know if we're going to actually see his face, but it's speculated that you might just hear his voice. So who knows? It could be like one of those little cameo things.
Makes
Kind of cool
sense.
though.
Yeah.
He'd be short for a stormtrooper. He's not a very big guy.
Maybe he'll, much to my wife's enjoyment, be coming out of the local pool where the stormtroopers are, and have his little shorts on, and my wife will be so happy.
Yeah,
So
my wife enjoys that part too.
yes, I know.
I don't know why. Let's see. Spin-off rumors. There was one that had been floating around, was that Aaron Paul, who was from Breaking Bad, that he has some sort of a tie to the next, I guess, to the first spin-off Star Wars movie, which is rumored to involve Han Solo.
Do you know what? I never would have thought it, but now that I think about it, and you put Han Solo next to a younger, that really could be possible. He has that cockiness about him.
Right, and
Nice.
to what degree?
To what degree, whether he would be Han Solo or not, of course.
Yeah, or so it is. I don't know. Friend. I don't know.
Interesting.
Maybe he's Boba Fett, hunting down Han or something. Let's see. Last two little bit of podcasting bits here. Our friends at Star Wars Action News had posted right around Christmas, a couple days later, their year in review of all the news that had come out in 2014. Suggest everyone gives that a listen. This was basically surrounding the Hasbro brand. So they did a nice roundtable with all of their team members, and kind of did the highs and lows of what happened last year, I guess. It was good, enjoyable.
And their Marvelicious one as well. It was a really good year in focus too. That was a really interesting show. So yeah, definitely check them out.
And then finally, just a couple days ago, I was a guest. I guess I'm not a guest anymore. I'm actually a part of the show. The Wolfpack podcast. We did the year-end review as well, where we kind of went through the Hasbro stuff, talked about what's happened with the Clone Wars as far as the missing, the lost episodes and the Force Awakens trailer and all sorts of good stuff. It was a nice long, it was a little over an hour episode.
It was interesting though, that you and I went through and we talked about our toys of the year and to hear the differences in opinions and what each one liked. And it was really refreshing to hear everyone having a different opinion and just different ideas about what was the best thing and why, and all legitimate, all good stuff. So it's a good show. And Dan Carter was here, and Corey, and Bad Motivator Podcast, and you and I. So yeah, it was good. Good fun.
Let's see. That moves on to our reviews that we've done over the past couple weeks. I only had one, really. I've got some new product on the way starting tomorrow that I'll be posting. I received the Premier Guild exclusive gold Stormtrooper mini bust. So
nice.
That'll be one of them. But the one I did review already was the R5G19 figure from the Black Series.
Nice.
Essentially the
Build-A-Figure.
Yep, Build-A-Figure.
As you've done in this photograph there, you've had some fun there, clearly.
Yep.
So,
I do that shot with all of my Build-A-Figures.
Do you?
Yep.
Okay.
It shows that the ports are actually, yes, functional.
They are indeed. It's a funny little Build-A-Figure thing that people love just to get the astromechs, but some people really do not like this body. I had some comment just saying how much they hated it and how annoyed they were about it, and I was like, okay. But it does bring home that Target exclusive pack of the R5, which is basically molded of. Was a great figure, but yeah, are you bothered by these Build-A-Figure parts? Are you quite happy with this, or?
Yeah, I like them. It's more play features. It's more, it's not. I don't think it's too obvious that they're Build-A-Droid.
Yeah,
figures,
they're fairly well hidden. They're fairly well hidden.
It's not like a Protocol droid where it doesn't have any extra holes.
Sure. Oh my God! You actually took the time to do the scene where he appears.
Well,
That's fantastic.
I just gathered up some of the people there. I didn't, throw Han and the main guys in there, but just some of the Home One briefing room
posse
people that were there.
That's excellent. Fantastic. Good job, sir.
Thank you, sir. You had a few reviews this week on your YouTube channel.
Yes, finally catching up on some long overdue reviews. My God, if you can see behind me, I just have the biggest. I'll show you in a minute, but just piles and buckets of things to review. But yes, just had a review like you of the R5G19, the Darth Malgus and Starkiller, just repacks, just giving them a quick look again. And probably the best of the bunch for me was the Luke Wampa attack. I just really enjoyed the figure, but yet again, it's like we get a great figure. But then Hasbro tend to come along and give us some flaws back in the figure as well. The little hood that goes around the side of the figure there is incredibly annoying now that they've not glued it down in this version. So Great head sculpt, dodgy arms, funny neck, but other than that, it's a great figure for me. So yeah, some
Pretty cool.
reviews, many more this week.
Let's see, and that brings us to the new toys acquisitions and purchases this week. This is going to be a little bit larger version for me, at least, because I'm lumping some of my Christmas acquisitions in here. Plus, I regifted a bunch of my old stuff to myself that I had from when I was a kid. I dug a bunch of...
How do you regift to yourself? Do you wrap it up?
I didn't wrap it. I just raided my parents' closet and took back what was mine.
From me to me.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, I purchased, or pre-ordered anyway, the Revoltech R2 Stormtrooper and C-3PO from Dorkside Toys. I have the Revoltech Vader on the way from Big Bad Toy Store. I picked up, what else? Some things I got for Christmas. I got one of these R2-D2 can coolers. It's a metal cooler with foam inside for keeping my many beverages somewhat colder than I normally drink them. It's cold enough down here. I don't even need to refrigerate anything. What else did I get? I got the R2-D2 USB charger that goes in your car that lights up. That I think Geek had that for sale. I got that. I mentioned I got
polo shirt you're wearing.
Oh, yep. I got the this cool R2-D2 shirt from Think Geek. We'll have a link in the show notes on where you can get it because they have different ones. They have a Boba Fett one. They have like some different crests. Like they have Boba Fett's symbol. I think an Imperial symbol. Rebels. Some cross lightsaber blades. So a bunch of cool options that you can get, and they're really pretty well made and comfortable and soft and everything. So that was a gift. What else? Some of the holy cow! I got a stack here, so bear with me. I got the Darth Vader from Revenge of the Sith Hallmark ornament from my mom. She usually gives me a Hallmark ornament every year, and it of course.
Can you hear me? Yes, Master. Where is Padme? Is she safe? Is she all right? It seems in your anger, you killed her. I couldn't have.
I have horrible dialogue. There it is. I wish it just said no. I didn't know I was going to say the whole line of dialogue, but no, that's cool. I got that, so that'll go on my tree next year.
Nice.
God, what else? Oh, I picked up. This is some of the stuff I regifted to myself. Some of the old vintage puzzles.
Nice.
There's the Han and Chewie one, the farm boy Luke staring longingly into the sunsets.
Classics.
Vader and Obi-Wan. These are complete puzzles. They're open. They've been assembled, and then there's the trash compactor.
Nice.
And then one of my favorite ones I had as a kid was, I don't know if you ever saw this. This is a Return of the Jedi take a tape along set. This had the cassettes for a bunch of the original Star Wars movies, Planet of the Hoojibs, Droid World, Ewoks Join the Fight. You know, each story is on each side of the tape, and then some other ones are in here too, like the Dark Crystal and E.T., Black Hole.
Black Hole, awesome. That's a very collectible thing.
So these are all on cassette.
Which you probably don't have anymore.
I do, actually. I have one right here that I raided out of the closet. It's the
Guardians of the Galaxy version.
Yeah. Peter Jason Quill. It's not a nice one or anything, but it works. I plugged it in, and the little foamy headphones still work. And
you're so retro cool.
Sounds awful, but
yeah,
it works.
I like it.
And then I got this as a gift from one of my brothers, the Star World action figure case, which is kind of like a rip-off of Star Wars. It's got some really bad, cheesy...
Female with weird...
Yeah, that's Darth Vader, I guess.
Okay.
And then it says right on the bottom, holds 12 space figures, including Star Wars, Shogun Warriors, and Metal Man. So it's got the little insert in there with the little plastic tray.
It's worth it for the artwork alone on the front of that.
Oh yeah, that's totally
That's
it.
the key thing.
Yep, there's something that looks like a Bigfoot with a gun and a metal vest, which is supposed to be Chewbacca. I guess that's supposed to be R2-D2, that little can thing. And there's a really bad C-3PO bootleg stuff, so
Love
pretty
that
cool.
stuff.
I think.
Is that all?
No, that's not it. I picked up another one of these, and people probably are wondering, why the hell would you do that? This is the painted lightsaber variant for Yoda.
Okay,
the other ones,
was one.
All the hilts, I think for, the previous packaging, the Darth Vader packaging, included Yoda with the lightsaber just like this said, but his lightsaber hilt was silver. They re-released it in this packaging originally with the lightsaber hilt being silver, and now it's painted two-tone. Let's see if you can see it. It's got the black bands on it.
Okay.
So.
Well, your focus is Yoda, so that's your.
And Dan from over at StarWarsCollector.com turned me on to that existence, that variant. So.
He's really good.
I have him to thank for that $10 purchase. And what else? I bought some non-Star Wars stuff because I'm sick. I bought some little Lego mini figures.
Me too.
The little blind bag deals. I grabbed 3 randomly because I figure my chances are pretty good out of those huge boxes to not get duplicates. I got 2 of the Carpenters. I don't know how, but I guess I could put him with my Emmett figure from the Lego Movie. And then I picked up the Lego Movie Batman with Angry Bad Kitty, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Super Angry Kitty attack. I wanted it basically just for the Batman because I have that little tumbler.
Oh yeah, the mini one you got. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's right here, in arm's reach. Yeah, there it's here. And so I got that to have on display, and then I picked up a Transformers Bumblebee from the new Robots in Disguise line.
Okay. What made you jump to that? Bumblebee fan?
I just like the style, and I like the particular mold, and I like his alternate car form. Looked kind of cool.
That does look cool. So is that about 6 inches? Is that the line that I'm thinking of? This?
Yeah, this is kind of like their. I don't know how they classify it. Like their
crazy
mid-grade, midline. It's not like the simple 1 or 2 step transformation. This takes like 7 or 8 steps to transform it. But I've got a few on my desk at work. There's a Shockwave or something like that from a past line. So he needed someone to fight. So I picked up Bumblebee.
Nice.
That would be it.
That was a very cool collection. That was a very smooth bunch of stuff.
Very extensive.
Well, what did I buy? So, like you, some Lego. So let's see if I can share some. So the little mini microfighters. That's the Starfighter.
Cool.
The little Republic gunship and clone.
Nice.
What other one have we got? The AT-AT.
Cool.
And I just finished building 10 minutes ago the little Snowtrooper Rebel Snowspeeder.
Cool.
And a couple of other sets. The Shadow little set that came out, which is a bit of a con, really, but well, whatever. It's Troopers. And this set we were talking about earlier on, which is a little bit small in terms of the size, but it's good fun. I had to get it. So there's loads of other Lego out there, but I thought I'll calm down. Spent a lot of money on this bad boy, non-Star Wars, which is a Thrasher Batman, which is literally sold out everywhere, but this guy's just insane. I love robots and mech and Iron Man stuff, so
that's pretty
that was
cool.
one of them. It's a really, really cool figure. Very scared to touch it because DC Collectibles just break consistently, but very cool. Lots of little, like the little Lego mini figures. Some Scott from Tulsa copyright Flego, fake Lego little Iron Man stuff. And my wife bought me Igor Hot Toys for Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
I love that woman. I love you, Mrs. Scott. This is Fly Girl. So she's just the best thing on the planet. So
That is
she's really
pretty
looking for that
intense.
one. So yes, it was. So yes. My
So what, you have to wait
gift.
till Christmas before you get it?
Well, it's ordered, but it's just it's not out yet.
Yeah.
So,
I think that was a late 2015 release.
exactly. So
Very cool.
indeed.
So with that, that wraps up this week's show. We're happy to be in the new year, and we're only a couple episodes away from our, I guess, year doing this thing. But again, we'd like to thank everyone for watching and sharing and commenting, and it's been a good week, good couple weeks.
Definitely.
All right, so with that, we will see you all next weekend.
See you later.